Welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. And in today's video, we're going to be continuing Naruto DxD, Rise of the Dragons. What if Naruto was in High School DxD, Season 2, Part 3. As always, if you're new to the channel or if you're a regular and you like what we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Where we last left off, we have reached the midway point of Season 2 following the fight with Kokobile, and with Naruto and Reiner coming face to face with Azazel, leader of the Fallen Angels. How are things going to progress for Naruto as the upcoming summit looms on the horizon amongst the three great factions, as Naruto gains new allies and potentially new enemies as well? And more of Naruto's past comes to light, not just in his new world, but in the world that he left behind. To stay tuned for all this and more, please listen at your own pace as we now continue Naruto DxD, Rise of the Dragons. What if Naruto was in High School DxD, Season 2, Part 3. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Naruto kept his guard up with Reiner standing behind. For the young girl, she was terrified at the person standing before her. You could say, in a roundabout way of speaking, it was her former boss. A former boss that she kinda betrayed, sorta, and then ended up defecting to another side. Of course, Azazel wasn't the, how you would say, vengeful type. He was rather chill and laid back about almost everything. It took a lot to get under his skin. Of course, for Reiner, she had no way of knowing how he would react or behave in this moment. Sure, his grin and his rather off-putting demeanor may have seemed as though he were cool and calm, but in an instant, all of that could change. Naruto was painfully aware of just how close things could be to boiling over. And it was because of that they had to stay on guard, his kunai drawn and his boosted gear gauntlet already at the ready, not sure of what was going to transpire from this encounter. You seem to be doing well for yourself, Reiner. Keeping yourself in high company, it seems, especially if you found yourself in the House of Grimmery. And just what do you want, Azazel? Naruto would ask. Now, Red Dragon Emperor, or should I say yokai, you can stand down. I have no intention on fighting you. And you too, Missy. I have no intentions on harming you or taking you back. You don't? Of course not. In the end, you didn't cause too much trouble, and the ringleader behind it all, well, he's been taken care of. I saw to it personally myself. And I have to say, my servant did a good job and actually obeyed this time. Volley can often be rather troublesome. So you sent the White Dragon Emperor? Naruto would ask. Why, yes, I did. It took him a bit longer to get there than I would have hoped, but thankfully we avoided the worser cases of scenario. Then, what's been the meaning of all of this? If you knew who I was, I know. You have a lot of questions. If I knew who you were, why didn't I reveal myself sooner, yada yada yada. I genuinely just wanted to have a drinking buddy, someone to talk to and to help me out with my collections of sorts. I had no ill intent, I promise you. However, I do want you kids to be mindful. There's a summit that's going to be coming between the three great factions. And, based off of feeling the air, things are going to be rather intense. Naruto and Reiner would take him at his word. before leaving just as quickly. Rias wasn't really too happy with the idea of the Governor General moving into her territory, and what was worse was the advancements he had made towards both her servants Rainier and Naruto. On one hand, Rainier was actually touched. The fact that everyone in the House of Grimory was actually moved to be worried about her and weren't just going to leave her in the wind, as it were, speaking. And at the same time, Naruto was a bit furious himself, not sure of what to make of everything they had been through, not sure of what was to come. In the meantime, they tried to readjust and get things back to normal. Following the fight with Kokobile, the Occult Research Club was going to be in charge of cleaning the old school pool, and after doing so, they would be able to use it for some time whenever they want. Naruto, however, before he could join the others in cleaning, would have to deal with another issue: the power of the dragon. It was already starting to mold and shape his arm, even though he wasn't too thrilled about it. Keeping it under control was easier said than done. Of course, this would only result in getting some help from an unexpected source, as Akeno would volunteer to suck out the power once again. Of course, this was a method that for Naruto still didn't make that much sense, but it got the job done. And, well, to feel that experience once more was something beyond all compare. Of course, Naruto had to keep the shinobi prohibitions in his mind, or else feel the wrath of his mother's fury in the afterlife. I must remember the shinobi prohibitions. Remember the shinobi prohibitions. Remember the shinobi prohibitions. You say that a lot whenever you're flustered, Akeno would chime in. What could have you acting this way? It's, not an act. I just, I don't want to do anything indecent. Indecent, you say? All I'm doing is sucking out the excess power of your dragon. Although I must say, the potency of your aura is quite exhilarating. I can sense that you have stamina for days, more so than anyone else that I've ever met. But what indecency do you think could come of this? Oh, come on, I don't really want to... Akeno would find herself straddling Naruto in that moment, Naruto trying his best to use every ounce of willpower that he could muster to keep his feelings and to keep his carnal instincts in check. Okay, and now this is happening? You're a very popular boy, Naruto. Everyone here has high expectations for you. Even I want to see what you're capable of. Before things could go any further, the door would open with a not too pleased Rias standing there, as she quickly dragged Naruto out into the pool. Once it was clean, everyone was free to use it as they wished, Naruto finding himself being pulled in multiple directions to help out with different things. However, this is where the beauty of ninjutsu came into play, with Naruto using the Shadow Clone Jutsu to create enough clones to assist everyone's needs. There were 2 clones that were helping with Asuya and Koneko learning how to swim. There was another one that was helping out Rainier, another one with Akeno doing who knows what, and the original Naruto, well, he was with Rias, helping her out by, dare I say, rubbing lotion on her back. And she wanted the front done also. And it turned into a frenzy as each girl seemingly had crevices that couldn't be rubbed, that needed to be rubbed. The clones found themselves being overwhelmed, and through no fault of their own, they disappeared one by one. Naruto, taking his leave, decided to go to the locker room to cool off. However, as he did so, he found himself running into Zenobia of all people. And in the bikini she was wearing, it was definitely not bad looking on the eyes. Zenobia would tell Naruto some of the feelings she had been having for a while now, and how deep down she had actually been happy. Happy that she was free to have her own dreams, her own goals, her own thoughts, and her own desires. And well, Naruto had now become the ire of said desire, to the point where she wanted to have children. And who better than with a powerful Red Dragon Emperor? Oh, wait, hold up, Zenobia. What exactly are you getting at? What do you mean? I've made it very clear. I want to have children with you, Naruto. I want to give birth to your child. Wait, hold on now. No, Naruto. Remember the prohibitions. I should not give in to temptation. This sweet-looking temptation. No. Zenobia, come on. We barely even know each other, and I mean, that's fine. After all, our life forces will be much longer than most. I'm sure we can get to know each other very well in time. I'll admit I'm not the most experienced, but I'm sure we can get the job done. I want my children to have your power, to truly be a living memoriam to you. And from what I've learned from the world you've come from, you are the last of your kind, the Uzumaki. If you are going to reform your clan, then you're going to need all the help you can get, and I offer myself willingly. After all, restoring one's clan and one's family is of the utmost priority. I don't disagree. I'm all for restoring a clan. It'll be fine, Naruto. Soon the Uzumaki name will be known far and wide, and you will give birth to a new generation. A new generation. Naruto's mind started thinking instantly. He started thinking about little Narutos and Naruto-ettes, if you will, running around all happily. Naruto finding himself surrounded by many little young ones that all looked like him. All of them smiling ear to ear with their whisker-like cheeks. All of them calling out to their father as they yelled out in unison, Databayo. That was indeed... No, they can't do it this way. Well, safe to say, there wasn't going to be any fun time, because the door would open immediately, and well, all the other girls got a chance to see what was going on. Akeno making it very clear that if anyone was going to get on Naruto's baloney pony first, it was going to be her, with Rias giving her a deathly side-eye. Asio making it clear that if Naruto wanted to do that, all he had to do was ask. She could do it with her eyes closed. Rainier would just be in shock and awe, looking towards Naruto angrily. And here I was thinking that you were a wholesome boy. But no, you're nothing but a man whore. Wait, what the? Don't call me that! You're in for a bumpy night, foxy perv. Konako! Oh! Later on that day, the group would find themselves in the club room once again, regaling what had happened earlier. When an unexpected visitor would arrive, Sir Zex, the king himself, well, one of the four kings to be more specific, alongside his wife, Graphia. Rias was surprised to see that he was here, but he had come because there were a few things he had to attend to before the summit, so it was better to show up now than no time at all. Of course, since this was last minute, he wouldn't have booking for other living arrangements until the next day, so for just that night, he was going to have to stay at Naruto's home, which turned out not to be too much of an issue. Of course, for Rias, for Rainier, and for Asia, the three girls were not too happy to be sharing one room, especially due to the fact that they wouldn't be with their Naruto, as Sir Zex was going to be staying in Naruto's room with him that night, sleeping on a guest futon on the floor. However, Naruto was able to keep the girls satisfied, as he created 3 shadow clones that were quickly all dragged away, the clones looking back to Naruto with fear and worry in their eyes. "Hey, come on, boss, you can't do us like this! Come on, don't send us away! Help!" "Come on, guys, you just have to endure it just for one night. I promise I'll make it up to you." The 3 clones would wail as each girl dragged off their respective Naruto. I gotta say, that technique of yours sure does come in handy when you're dealing with a lot of women at once, Sir Zex would comment. "Yeah, you're telling me. And they say I have stamina. They always seem to wear my clones out in the worst way possible. I don't know what they do. Sometimes I feel like I get a fuzzy memory of what's going on, although I can't tell if it's from actually the clones or it's from something else." That does sound a bit troublesome. "Still, I have to thank you, Naruto." Thank me, Sir Zex?" "I must. You've been doing such a good job ever since you joined the House of Grimmery. The way you've been able to look after my sister and the way you've been able to help protect and defend, it's truly something any brother could ask for, and I'm thankful." "Oh, I appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't really my first intention. You could say it kind of just happened in the spur of the moment." "I know, and I'm completely aware. Also, I apologize. I know that it was last minute to put you in such a predicament, and if you ever want to take it back, you know that you're more than welcome to. I won't hold it against you." "Oh no, it's nothing like that. I don't have any regrets about the decision I made. It's just, well, sometimes I feel like it's a bit overwhelming for me. Everyone looks to me and they have these lofty ideals and expectations for who I am, and they see so much in me that sometimes I don't even see in myself. Well, I don't know what's not to see. You're a nice, humble boy. Someone who has admirable traits and qualities that anyone could admire. Yeah, but in the end, I just don't think I'm anything all that special." Well, what are your goals or dreams, Naruto? Do you have any aspirations?" "Well, truthfully, I'm not entirely sure. Ever since I was young, when I discovered my origins and where I truly came from, it's been a lot to take in. A part of me wants to figure out a way back to the world that I came from, at least to see it just once. Although I'm happy with the life that I've made here as well. And now that I've joined the House of Grimmery, I've kind of been shifting my focus to a potential new dream. Forgive me for saying, but I want to become the 5th king." "The 5th king?" "Yeah, I know there's 4 of you, but personally speaking, I don't want to take a title from any of you. You see, in my world, where I come from, it's a place called the Village Hidden in the Leaves. There, the strongest shinobi is referred to as the Hokage. He is the one that leads our village. It might be pointless, but at least in this world, I want to make the title of Hokage mean something. I hear there are a lot of unused territories in the underworld, and well, maybe someday when I'm strong enough, I want to claim one for myself. And I want to become the 5th Devil King, Hokage." "I see. That's definitely a lofty goal. You know, you could take my title if you really wanted to. I'm sure if you married my sister, she'd be more than willing to pass on the title to you. After all, even though she probably hasn't said anything, I think it goes without saying that she's very fond of you." "Yeah, I can tell. And honestly, I'm really grateful for that. But I wouldn't accept it." Sir Zex would look at him as he continued. "Your sister's amazing. Truly. She's elegant, refined, a lot more than I'll ever be. She truly is an amazing girl. And while I'm sure she would more than willingly give me the title of Grimmery, it's just not something I would want that way. she's more than just a title or some prestige to be gained from marriage. At least in my opinion, marriage should be from more than just personal satisfaction. I'd never want her to feel that she was in some position where she owed me a title. Rather, I want to work and earn it myself. That's why I'll never accept the title of Gremory. I'll serve under it happily. I'll be its ally for as long as I can fight, but to say that I ever want the title for myself, no thank you. I see. You are truly a remarkable young man. In Naruto, you have my utmost respect. As for your dream, I know that it will happen one day. And when the time comes, we would gladly accept you as the 5th king. The two of them would shake hands in solidarity before taking their rest as the next morning awaited them. Rias would have to show her brother around, and as such, she would be at school later on, meaning that Naruto would find himself walking alone, something he hadn't been doing in a while. The girls were busy finishing up getting dressed, and they had to find and escort Zenobia to class as well. In the meantime, Naruto decided to take a chance to stroll down memory lane, if you will. He had been walking surrounded by the girls for so long that he hadn't really gotten used to walking and being on his own. It felt kind of nostalgic, but at the same time, he also saw just how far he had come in his life. As he arrived, he could sense something approaching him. His reflexes were as sharp as ever as he stopped on the middle of a bridge, as many other students were walking past, as he smirked. There's no point hiding yourself. You might as well come out. Instantly, someone was standing behind him. A boy in black jeans and a leather jacket, with hair that was as white as snow, and eyes that shine as deep as the blue sea itself. So, you were able to sense me even now. You are truly impressive, Red Dragon Emperor. You. So you're the White Dragon Emperor? Indeed I am. Although I go by many names, you can call me Volley. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Volley held out his hand, and Naruto shook it in response. Naruto Uzumaki. Uzumaki. I must say, you were truly impressive in your fight versus Kokobio. Even if I hadn't stepped in, I have no doubt that you could have gained victory. Although I must say I'm a bit perplexed. And why is that? Well, it's just that you're an incomplete sacred gear. The power you were able to wield is extraordinary, even without using Balance Breaker. Tell me, did you not feel the need to use it? Well, that's the thing. I see. So you can't use your Balance Breaker, and yet you have this much power. Definitely impressive. Immediately, 2 swords were pointed at Volley's throat. Zenobia with Durandal, and Kiba with the Holy Devil Sword, both of them standing on either side. Kiba, Zenobia! Naruto would be shocked to see that they had arrived so quickly. Don't you think it's a bit early to be picking fights? Kiba would say. Yes, if you're looking to duel with the Red Dragon here and now, I think you'll be causing an unnecessary scene, Zenobia would add. I just came here to talk. I didn't come seeking any personal fight, so there's no need to make any hasty moves. After all, you'd be wise to be careful and watch your back. But if you really think you all could take me on, you're more than welcome to try. Isn't that right, Rias? Rias would approach them, followed by Rainier and Akano, who stood to her right and to her left. The two not losing sight of Volley for a moment as Rias stepped forward. "Is there a reason for this meeting so early, White Dragon Emperor?" "Oh, nothing at all. I've merely come to see the Red Dragon in person. I must say, you must do a better job of taking care of him to cultivate his power to the highest degree. I'll definitely keep that in mind. If you don't mind, though, I am going to have to ask you to leave. I can't have you here causing unnecessary trouble." "I understand, and I'll take my leave." "Remember my words, Red Dragon Emperor. I'll be seeing you soon." With that, Volley would disappear as the others continued their day in school. Naruto would meet more interesting people along the way, from the likes of Seraphal Leviathan, Sona Citree's older sister, as well as one of the 4 Devil Kings, along with Rias' own father, who had arrived for the parent-teacher day that they were having in the school. Safe to say, it was a day of embarrassment and a day of hiding shame and regret for both Naruto and Rias, as they were embarrassed by their parents almost non-stop. And it didn't help when the whole family decided to come back to watch over the videos that had been taken from those days' activities. In the meantime, Naruto, Rainier, Rias, and Asuya found themselves sitting upstairs alone. And for Rias, she was wishing that this day could come to an end. However, Naruto assured her that things weren't too bad. Sure, it was embarrassing from time to time, but it could be worse. Rias wondered if Naruto had regrets about meeting her, knowing that these were the type of things he'd potentially have to deal with. But Naruto assured her that everything was fine. He didn't regret meeting her for a moment, and he was happy with where his life was. As they spoke amongst themselves, Sirzex would arrive. He was going to be taking his leave as there were other matters he had to attend to before the summit. However, he did leave Rias with one command. It was time for her to unseal the other bishop. Rias was shocked by this terminology. Naruto, Rainier, and Asuya looking on, not sure of what he meant by that. At first, Rias was hesitant, but when Sirzex implored, she would follow as instructed. Naruto wondered what she meant, but he would learn the next day. Inside of the club room, there was a door. A certain room that had been sealed off. Of course, it had caution tape, but this was nothing more but a ruse. There was a real seal on the door that Rias had to unleash at that moment. As she did so, the doors would be opened, as Naruto and the others would come face to face with the other bishop, someone who had been hidden away for a long time, and it was now time for the bishop to be unleashed. As the group made their way into the room, Rias would walk past the bed and other necessities as she made her way to a box that lied in the corner of the room, although there was someone shaking inside of it. Naruto wondered who this could be as the box lid was lifted off to reveal a little girl, about the same size as Koneko, but still. They had a girl locked away in here? Naruto wondered just why that would be. She didn't seem so dangerous. However, Naruto's preconceived notions would quickly be changed. It started with a snicker from Kiba and from Akano. Even Koneko had to smirk up at this. Naruto, that's a boy. Say what now? That's a boy. Naruto, this is Gasper. Gasper, Naruto, and Rainier. They're new here, along with Asya and Zenobia also. I don't want to come out. I just want to stay in here, please. It's really scary out there. Okay. What's up with the boy dressed like a girl with the little fang? Oh, he's half human, half vampire, and well, half devil now, Rias would say. You know, you make saying all of these things sound like they're completely normal, Naruto would chime in. Well, they are normal, to us at least. It's only the humans who would find it to be weird. Okay, but that still doesn't explain why on earth was he locked in here? I mean, did he do something wrong? Gasper would immediately shudder at this, because in his mind he believed he had done something wrong, although Rias would comfort and reassure the boy that that wasn't the case. No, Naruto, he didn't do anything. It's just a way of protection for him. Protection? Yes, Akano would say. The boy has a sacred gear known as Hidden Valor View. It basically allows him to stop time at will, whether it be in an area or to a person. Wow, that actually does sound pretty powerful. Yes, and as time goes by, the stronger it gets. It's definitely not something to be taken lightly. Gasper had a hard time controlling his power. Because of that, he chose to have himself sealed away, at least until he felt he could control it better. But now we feel that the time has come for him to be unleashed, and with the orders coming from Sir Zex, well, that was all there was to it, and now he's been added to our household. Of course, he's still going to need to train if he's going to master his power, and that's why I would like to ask you all for your help, but you specifically, Naruto. I know that it feels as though I rely on you way too much, and I'd be lying if I said that it doesn't bother me. But you're probably the only one who could best help Gasper in this moment. At least I believe, and I know the others can help you if needed. Rias would then turn to Kiba and ask if he could join them, as she and Akano were going to have to meet with Sir Zex, as more business needed to be discussed before the summit, and some of it even regarded Kiba in that moment, and Kiba wouldn't mind, leaving Naruto and the others to oversee Gasper's training, if you can even call it that. For Zenobia, her idea of training was chasing Gasper around with a sword until the boy tired out. For Konako, it was chasing the boy around with garlic. Asya and Rainier stood beside Naruto as he tried to come up with something. So, do you have any ideas? Asya would ask. Yeah, you're going to try to train him to control that power of his. Cause so far, I don't think these other methods are working, Rainier would say. Well, it's easier said than done. I mean, training him is, well, gonna be hard. I can't really say I'm the most versed when it comes to magic. I'm only good with stuff that involves chakra. But you said so yourself, Rainier would say. The difference between magic and chakra isn't that great. They're like two different paths that all lead to the same destination, right? So what if you just have to go through a different path to train him? Naruto had to think this over. The boy looked scared out of his wits, and this wasn't getting them anywhere. I think I have something. Konako, Zenobia. The two girls stopped instantly at Naruto's voice. You guys can call it quit for the day. Good job out there. The two girls would nod as they would take their leave. I imagine you have a plan? Zenobia would ask him. I think so. I'm gonna take him somewhere, at least to get a one-on-one gauge. You guys can go home. I'll catch up with you later. The girls would, understandably, take their leave, as they all decided to head home respectfully. Gasper didn't look like he was enjoying his training at all, as Naruto helped him up. Rough first day, huh, buddy? Yeah, I'm not that good. I know I shouldn't be out here. I should just be locked up and be left alone. Hey now, there's no way to think. What do I have to do now? We're just gonna go for a walk, that's all. I want to talk with you. At least try to get to know you better if that's okay. Gasper would nod and shake his head as the two would walk together. They walked through the town, talking and having conversation. Naruto taking the time to learn about Gasper and his feelings on the matter. As he learned about the boy's past, his heart couldn't help but go out to him. The boy was practically all alone, with no one to look after or care for him. I know that I'm a failure, Gasper would say. I'm just a burden to everyone. A burden over a power I never wanted. I didn't want to harm people, and yet they all look at me like a monster. Naruto couldn't help but empathize somewhat. He couldn't imagine what it would have been like to grow up like Gasper. But that's the funny thing. Even in a world where Naruto isn't grown up into a village or a town that shuns and harasses him, he always finds a weird way of finding something that connects him back to his roots. You know, I have a power inside of me that's pretty scary also. You do? Yep. It's called the Nine-Tailed Fox. It's a very powerful spirit, if you want to call it that, and it doesn't really like me all that well. It's sealed inside of me so that it doesn't cause any harm to others, but at the same time, it's not always so easy for me to control it. I heard, but how do you deal with it? I mean, it's not a power you wanted. No, it's not. It's a power that was given to me. Although I can't really even call it mine. You could say that I'm nothing more but a warden with my own body. And well, we're pretty much stuck like this. But I don't let it get me down. I always try to stay focused on what's most important. You know, I think you should focus on something like that also. It's called the Will of Fire. The Will of Fire? Well, at least where I'm from, the Will of Fire, it was sort of like a personal promise, if you want to call it that. A personal promise. Yeah. It's something that you hold on to, even in your darkest moments. As long as you remember your Will of Fire, you'll never lose your way. You'll always be able to focus on what's most important. What's your Will of Fire, Naruto? Well, for me, my Will of Fire is to protect everyone that I care about. My family and my friends. That includes you. Me? Of course, silly. I would protect you no matter what. It wouldn't matter what it took. If you ever need me, I'll always be there for you. Naruto would smile as he held out his hand for a fist bump, Gasper responding in kind. Do you think I could ever have one? My own Will of Fire? Of course you can. Anyone can have the Will of Fire. What do you want more than anything? I want to help. I don't want to be a burden. I know I want to do my best. I just need to figure out a way how to. Well, Gasper, you're definitely on the right track. And I think I've figured out a way for us to work out something. I'll tell you where to go tomorrow. Meet me there. The next day after school, Gasper and Naruto stood behind the club room, standing among the trees in the forest that was in the back of the school. Slowly, the leaves would sway back and forth on the branches as they fell around them. Naruto would hold out his hand. A single Uzumaki chakra chain would appear. It was something he had been thinking about. A different path. These chains were supposed to be able to suppress and absorb chakra. Gasper, I want you to take hold of this chain. Gasper would nod as he took hold of it. Okay. Now, you see these leaves falling around you? All you have to do is stop one in the air. You can try as many times as you like. Just try to stop one. But what if I... Don't worry. As long as you hold this chain, we'll be connected. If you're using too much power, I think I can absorb it from you, or at least suppress it. Really? Uh-huh. Gasper would begin. It took some time for him to summon his hidden Valor View. As he did so, there was a bit more power than the boy would have wanted to use. For Naruto, he tried to keep it suppressed and to absorb it. It was definitely a lot more potent than Naruto could have felt compared to chakra. In a weird way, it was kind of like trying to use DC and AC current. However, Naruto had to be the converter. Slowly but surely, he got a feel for it, as he was able to keep the power more and more under control. It was then they would get a visit from an unexpected guest. Hidden Valor View. You definitely are a collector, Naruto, coming across such rare sacred gears. Azazel, what are you doing here? I came looking for the boy with the Holy Devil Sword. Know where I might find him? Kiba's not anywhere here, nor is he interested in talking to you. If you don't have any business, I suggest you get lost. Ooh, feisty. You know, I understand you're powerful, but you should be a bit more respectful with who you talk to. I don't care how strong you think you are. You get out of line, I might just have to put you down. You want to try me? Naruto would have his boosted gear out and ready to go. You got balls, I'll give you that. But put that thing away. Don't flash a weapon if you don't plan on using it. Some advice. I give it free of charge. Also, when it comes to the Valor View boy, if you want a way to control his power, then all you need to use is blood. And I think yours is potent enough. Gasper would hide in that instance. He didn't like the taste of blood. He didn't like to drink it, use it at all. And as a half vampire, he would rather eat and do anything else than that. Look what you've done, you frightened him. Don't blame me, he's the vampire. Anyway, that's all I had to say. See you around, kid. And with that, Azazel would be gone. Once Gasper felt that he was safe, and after some time to process what had happened, the two would continue their training. Gasper slowly stopping leaves in midair. At first, he could only stop one in every 20 that fell, but then 2, and then 3, until finally there were a collection of leaves that he could stop. He was able to do it on and off, stopping the leaves mid-air and at will, keeping them from falling to the ground and allowing them to fall when he wished. I did it! That's right, buddy. That was awesome. Naruto would give Gasper a high five. I knew you had it in you. If we keep this up, you'll get it in no time. Naruto reached into his back pocket as he pulled it out a folded piece of rectangular cloth. It was something that he had made for Gasper. Something that he hoped could help him whenever he felt like his confidence was wavering, or whenever he felt like there was something he couldn't do. What is it? That there is a headband. A headband? Yeah, it's what people in my world wear. Ninja. I see. That there is the symbol for the village hidden in the leaves. If anyone's worthy enough to wear it, it's you. I can wear it? Really? Of course. Whenever you feel like you're backed into a corner, if you ever feel like life is too much for you to handle, just put that on and remember you're not alone. You are a shinobi. I'm a shinobi. That makes us brothers in arms no matter what. And shinobi look out for one another. But not just us. Everyone in the House of Grimmery. We all watch each other's backs and we take care of one another. That is your will of fire. My will of fire? Gasper would put on his headband as he wore it with pride. I feel strong. I feel like I can do anything. I know you can. You're gonna be the best one around, kid. The girls would arrive as they saw Gasper sporting his new headband. As he showed it off to all of them, his confidence was at an all-time high. Asuya would smile as she looked towards Naruto. You gave him a headband? That's so thoughtful. Yeah, you're a pretty sweet guy, Naruto, Rainier would say. Well, I just thought it would help his confidence. You know, to let him know that he's not alone. In either regard, Gasper, he felt happier. He truly had built a form of trust with Naruto. And for that, he would always be grateful. In the meantime, as the day was coming to an end, there was something of importance that Naruto had to do. As the others were heading home, he was asked to meet with Akeno, the two of them walking to a shrine. Are you sure it's safe for us to come here? Naruto would say. My skin's crawling just getting near the place. It's fine, we have permission to be here. Naruto, Akeno would ask. Yeah, Akeno, what's wrong? It's nothing, I need you to keep calm, okay? There's something that we have to take care of here. It concerns you, and, well, depending on how you take the news, it might... Is it something serious? Well, you'll learn when we get there. I just need to know that you won't lose control. It's of the utmost importance. I won't. Please promise me. Huh? You never go back on a promise, right? It's your word? And your word is your ninja way? Of course it is. I don't ever want to go back on my word. I promise, Akeno. I'm not gonna lose control. Akeno would nod as they arrived to the shrine. After taking their seats, she would have a pot of tea ready. In a flash of light, two beings would appear before the both of them. A taller figure with long white hair and what appeared to be golden wings behind his back. And the other one, Zero. Zero, you're back! Who's he? I am Michael, leader of the angels. It is nice to meet you, Red Dragon Emperor. Likewise, Naruto would bow before him. Everyone, please have a seat. I have tea made for all of us. Everyone would have their cup of tea as they sat in a weird and awkward silence. Zero, Naruto would ask, what's the meaning of all this? Why are we all gathered here? Remember when I said we needed to talk? Well, now's the time for us to have that talk. I need to know that you're gonna be chill, Naruto. You're gonna learn some things you probably would have wished you hadn't. Okay, why is everyone making sure that I'm gonna be chill? Okay, whatever is this big secret or reveal, whatever it is, if you guys need to tell me something, just tell me. I'm gonna be alright. Zero would look to Michael. Michael would nod as Zero took a deep breath. Zero isn't my real name, Naruto. It's not? No. I told you that because I didn't want to tell you the truth at the time. If I had, well, things probably would have spiraled out of control. And now with the upcoming summit and everything that's to come, I figured now's a good time as any for us to clear the air. Okay. So what? What's your name? Well, it's the name that I was given when I was born. A name I'm sure you're familiar with. A name that I'm familiar with? What exactly are you getting at? Zero would take a deep breath as he looked Naruto dead in the eye. Naruto, my name is Issei. Issei Hyodo. In that instant, Naruto dropped his cup to the ground. Because of all the names he could have said, he had to say that one. A name that Naruto was very familiar with. It was a name that had great importance in the Hyodo household, because that was the name of the child that the Hyodos lost over 16 years ago. You're... That's right. I'm your brother, Naruto. I'm Issei. This concludes Naruto DxD, Rise of the Dragons. What if Naruto was in high school DxD? Season 2, Part 3. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for Monday's video as we continue Naruto Rebirth. What if Sasuke got the Rinnegan earlier? Part 3. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time.